it's Shell from Scrap Secrets and welcome back to my channel. Today's day 17 in the 2024 Countdown to Christmas series with Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations. Our technique for today is to do a pull tab or a slider card. And we're going to be using Honeybee Snowflake dies as well as the Magic Iris and Magic Iris cover plate dies from Lawn Fawn. I started out with the cover plate and all of these snowflake dies, cut them out from this white shimmery cardstock, ran that through my die cut machine, and then when I took it out, made sure all the fallout pieces came out. And I'm going to be gluing them into place on that cover plate, making sure that anything that overlaps into the circle off the sides of the card or in that notch is any excess is cut off. So while you're watching me glue this down with Barely Arts glue, I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about this series. If you have not checked out the intro video, I have a link to that in the more information section. I also have a link to Marie's channel as well as a link to the playlist. Marie and I have been doing this for 2 years together now. I've done the series for a couple years before that. We've picked 25 different techniques, themes, stamp sets, etc. Put them in a randomizer and picked the days that we were going to do videos, which are Mondays and Fridays. They drop at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or as close to that as we possibly can because we both do work full time. So this is a, kind of something that we do on the side, but we're really trying to stick to that 2 o'clock. It's me more than her that hasn't been doing that, but we're trying our best. And hopefully you guys will get a ton of inspiration at the end of this series. You will have 100 videos from Marie and I for inspiration. She and I have different crafting styles, so you will be able to see the same technique or theme or stamp set used 2 completely different ways. So make sure that you head over and check out all of that. All right, so back to the card. You're going to cut out from the Magic Iris die 3 of the circles, 3 of the stabilizer pieces, and 3 of those sausage pieces. Then there's this piece here that you're going to line up with just 1 of the circle dies, and you're going to cut that out. So it's going to leave 3 holes in it, and you're going to put the sausage pieces in. You're going to slide them down to the bottom, but you want them to hug that circle pretty closely. What you want them to do is make an exact circle on top of one of the circles, and then you're going to use glue dots. This is the second attempt at this because I did not use glue dots the first time, and I'm not sure exactly why it didn't work without the glue dots and just using regular glue, but when I did it with the glue dots, it worked. So the Lawn Fawn instructional video says it's a 3/16 of an inch glue dot. These are glue dot strips, and I just use them because that's all I had on hand. They did work. I did cut them down. They did not want to come off of the backing. As you'll see here, I was really trying to pull it off the backing, and it was not going. So I used my pokey tool to try to pull it off of the back, and not all of the pieces came off, but enough came off that we could attach them. So they are going to go on the little cross marks on all of the pieces of sausage, and then you're going to make sure that the sausage pieces are as close to the circle as possible. You want to make it so you don't see the top or the bottom part of the circle in any spots. And then you're going to take one of the other circles that you cut out, and you're going to go ahead and place it over top, making sure those sausages stay in place. So you'll see me doing that here, lining up those sausage pieces and then getting a circle and then putting it over top of that. So once they're on, I make sure that I burnish the spots where the glue dots are, and then we're going to turn it over. Now, like I said, I did this for a second time. So on the back of this, you actually do get little rectangles that have stitching on it, and that is where you're going to put from there to the outside of the circle. As you can see me doing here, you're going to put glue, and you're going to put the stabilizer pieces. Stabilizer pieces have a curved top, so you're going to be able to line it up with the edge of the circle very easily. So You're going to do that for all 3 pieces. And then once you've attached all 3 of those stabilizers, you're going to turn around and flip it back over to the other side. So the stabilizers are on the bottom. You're going to cut out the handle piece if you haven't already, which I didn't here. I thought that I had another piece, but I didn't. You're going to turn one of these stabilizers so that it's right in front of you. And to the very right of the stabilizer, you're going to glue that handle down. And you can see that it goes along with the curve of the inner circle. You want to make sure that the handle makes a small V between the handle and that stabilizer piece. Once your handle is glued down, you're going to place another circle on top of that layer, and then you're going to start pulling over the stabilizer pieces. Make sure that you don't make this layer too tight, because if you do, it won't turn. You're going to attach them to the front. You can use liquid glue like I did, and then I am going to try to make sure the mechanism works. This is much easier when it's glued down to something, or it's, either the front or the back is glued down. When you're holding it in air, it's really, really difficult to make sure that it opens and closes. But you can see here that I am going ahead and doing that, and it does work. Next, we're going to work on the handle. There's a little piece that's in the cover plate set that cuts out this cute little arrow piece. You're going to attach that to the handle, and it's going to have a different shape than the original handle that you placed on. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off that extraneous piece from the first handle, because I want to make it so that it fits within that little notch that we've created here from the cover plate. So you can see that it fits in there really nicely. And then we are going to get ready to move on to the next step, which is attaching the Magic Iris to the cover plate. I put some glue just on the stabilizers. Make sure you don't put it anywhere else, because if you glue that down, your piece is not going to move. So just the stabilizer pieces. And once that is attached, I'm going to go ahead and open it, and you can see there that it opens very, very easily, opens and closes. Now we're going to put on the piece that's going to go into the center. So when you open the Magic Iris, you're going to see this snowflake piece that's on the circle from one of the donuts that we cut out earlier. I'm going to glue that together with that Barely Arts glue. Because the Magic Iris is several layers thick, we are going to need to put some foam tape on the back of it. I'm just adding some pieces of foam tape, trying not to get it too close to the Magic Iris piece so that it all turns. We're going to go ahead and peel all the backing off of it. I'm going to open up the Magic Iris and then place the snowflake piece in the center of it. Going to add some glue and then place it over top of where it would go on the card base. I'm going to press down on the center piece while not pressing down on the cover plate, because I don't want the cover plate to stick right now. I'm going to peel the cover plate off because that wasn't really attached there, and press that center piece down into place, and now put the cover plate on and go ahead and press it down into place, and then make sure that everything is attached and open and close. We are now going to put a sentiment on here, and this is where I decided to add a little bit of color. It's from an MFT stamp set, and it says, "Let it snow." I thought that was a really pretty sentiment. I liked the font, and we're going to be using some Hero Arts ink to ink up the sentiment. I love the monochromatic look of it, but I also thought it needed a little something more. So I also found these glitter Nuvo drops in almost an identical color blue. So I decided to add it to the arrow. I could have put some down on a piece of paper and cut out another one of those little pieces, because the arrow is a fallout piece. So I could have done that, but I just used the Nuvo drops, placed it over top of there, and then scraped off any excess that went outside of that arrow piece. And then I'm going to add a couple of little circle dots to the background, like little snowflakes. And then in certain places of the snowflakes, I'm going to add in the blue to pieces that were fallout pieces. So there's like little, one of the snowflakes has an entire cutout in the middle. I went ahead and added it to that. Some others I added dots in the middle of the snowflake if there was nothing cut out. And then other ones there was little diamond shapes, and I put the Nuvo drops and that. So I just decided on what looked good to me. There was no real rhyme or reason for it. I didn't count how many dots I was putting down on anything. Usually if I'm doing dots or doing some type of embellishment on the background, I like to do it in odd numbers and in triangular clusters. But this time I didn't even think about counting. I didn't worry about it. I just wanted to make sure that it looked good to me. What I didn't think about doing was where I was going to place the sentiment. When I did this, I could have done another layer of foam tape, but I didn't want it to be too big. So I fussy cut it out with my scissors, and then I found a spot with no glitter glue, put some glue on the back of it, and popped it on there. And that is going to be the card for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. Make sure you check out Marie's channel, and I'll see you guys again real soon for another video. Bye!